Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Pro Football Corner with Nick. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showman. I got Nick Taylor back in the building after a hiatus. We got some football stuff popping off, and Nick will be around a lot more to talk football with us because that's what he does as a former professional football player in the CFL, three-time champion. He almost had a fourth one this year. Kind of sucked that they didn't get the job done in the Grey Cup. They called him up at the end of the season. And yeah, that was a depressing second half of that game. That's the dang sure, because it was right there. But it didn't happen.
You know what? I want to give props to myself. I was basically retired,
You tell
sitting
me.
on the couch all year, guys. On the couch all year, chilling, podcasting. They called me up. Coach called me up and say, Nick, we probably could use you. Are you in shape? No, but I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I can get in shape though. I'll be ready in a week. If you need me, I'll be there. Lo and behold, all I needed was a week to get in shape. 2 weeks and 3 weeks and I was playing the game. So, props to me, man. I might be the modern day. I might be the next LeBron, like somebody who really don't age, and can just do this for a long time.
Oh God.
I'm gonna start calling myself Nick Braun. Nick Braun. Nick Braun.
All right, there you got it, man. Yeah,
I'm
we
surprised
already
he
know
ain't
that
call me a glazer. He calls me
Nick
a
is a
glazer.
bronzexual. Nick is a bronzexual glazer. We know this already. This isn't new. He picked the Lakers to go to the championship the second they made a trade for Luka, and now LeBron pulled his vagina and he's out for probably the rest of the season. They said 2 weeks. Nah, he's gonna be out for a little bit. He'd be better off just sitting until the playoffs, in my opinion. They got 20 games left or so. Just take a relaxation. Go play with your son in South Bay with the Lakers or wherever the hell they play. Go
Go get
watch
the,
some of his G League games,
go get the
and
champion.
in between, don't beat up Stephen A. Smith and stuff
I
like
think,
that.
I think they lost tonight
We
too.
should do a video on that because I'd love to get your opinion on that crap. But that's for another video.
Yeah.
We should do a video on that.
hmm
But let's talk about this last. This is one that really pops of all the moves that happened today. Josh Allen signs I see 6 years or 5 years. Where did it go? Where's the Josh Allen deal now? It
Six
disappeared.
years,
Okay, wait.
330.
6 years, $330 million, 250 million guarantee. Keeps him in Buffalo 2030. The reigning NFL MVP. But he fucking choked again, man. He choked again. I, I like Josh Allen, but what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? These deals. What is that? I don't even know my math anymore. That's like in the mid 60s.
Um, let's see, six times 50.
55 million a year for
Yeah.
6 years. Jesus Christ.
Rudy, what's the difference between that and you giving two of that for 4 years?
Well, I think I elevated Tua's deal a little bit more than it really is. I think his
No, two a deal is 55 per year.
is 4 years to 12. That's a little bit less.
Oh my gosh, for somebody who's way better than Tua.
Let's see here. That's 53-1. Yeah, that's
Trevor
well, the
Lawrence.
Tua, we already know the Tua deal was completely ridiculous. I mean, look, we now have our replacement. Zach
Trevor,
Wilson is here to save us in Miami after week one. I
Trevor,
just 66 years. Obviously, the 330, they're going to restructure it 30 more
yeah,
times
they're gonna give him a
between now
bonus,
and the end. And
restructure
they'll.
bonus, all this little cheating stuff that they're doing with the cap to manipulate the cap.
I love Josh Allen, but when do we start making guys win?
So Rudy, who's been his nemesis? Who's been stopping him from winning?
Himself.
The best player in the world, for the most part.
Himself. You
The
you
best
think
player.
that do you think Patrick Mahomes beat him in the AFC. Whatever. When did they play the AFC Championship?
AFC Championship. I think this year,
You think you think Patrick Mahomes beat him?
no, I think this time Josh Allen had no excuses. This time he got the ball. What they've been complaining about year after year. We went to overtime one year. The offense, if we got the ball first, we would have won. They had another year.
Well, that one I really blame the coach on because there was 13 seconds left. Like, I mean, but even the last couple, like I don't think Patrick Mahomes beat him. I don't think Josh Allen played well.
He played well. He just didn't get it done. At the end of the day, he didn't get it done. But to say that he don't deserve that contract,
I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I just get frustrated with these deals that
it's
seem to
certain people
be.
that I get frustrated with. But if Josh Allen, if Patrick Mahomes, and if Lamar Jackson ask me for whatever money they want, that's what I'm gonna give them. But the barometer should be set at Patrick Mahomes. There should be no quarterback making more money than him. So when all these quarterbacks keep coming year after year and they're getting more than him, that's where the problem lies. Because if the top person is getting this much, how can average quarterbacks getting more than him? That's where the problem lies. But Josh
I,
Allen is
like
on par with Mahomes. So I don't have a problem with him getting that type of money because he's one player who he didn't have a great, players around him this year. And he took them as far as he did without an elite core of receivers around him. Yeah, James Cook is a good running back, but name a receiver on that team that you thought that was good coming into the year? Keon Coleman, he was a rookie. And that
Patrick
and that
Mahomes only Patrick Mahomes in that game was 18 of 26 for 245 and a touchdown. Josh Allen was 22 of 34 for 237 and 2 touchdowns.
yeah,
He didn't play great. He played okay.
yeah.
He played okay.
But I think the Chiefs defense played well that game also. I think Spags threw a lot of things at them. They threw a lot of fire zone where they were blitzing from one side but still rotating the zone a couple times. I think Josh Allen missed a couple plays. Don't get me wrong, he had a James Cook swinging out the backfield one time, missed that one, try to throw the ball across the middle of the field. But other than that, he's been carrying that team the whole year.
Here's what kills me when you go back and look at a game like that. The Buffalo Bills started chasing points in the second quarter. They went for 2.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get it. So instead of being down 21-14, 17, they're down 21-16. Then they score again. They go for 2 again because they're still chasing the points down. So now instead of being up 24-21, had they just gone for the extra point
You can't look
the
at it that
last
way.
time. Oh, I always look at it that way because I think these NFL coaches think they're smarter than they really are. I think that chasing points in the first half on 2-point conversions is utterly stupid. It's proven to be stupid over and over and over again. And instead of being up 4-21, you're only up 22-21. So now Kansas City, rather than just kicking an extra point, goes for 2 to make it 29-22. You're tied at 29. But now you don't go for 2 to get the lead because you're tied. And then Patrick Mahomes takes it right down the field. They kick a field goal, make it 32-29, which otherwise it would be 31-31.
You can't
These things
look at
all the
it that
time.
way, man.
Yes, you can.
No, you
You're
can't.
telling me as a football player that you're up 21, you're down 21-16 in the first half, and your coach goes for 2. You're not sitting here saying, what the fuck are you doing?
No. 'Cause sometimes I want my coach to be aggressive, but it's moves
There's
that's gonna
aggressive and they're stupid.
sometimes moves gonna work, sometimes moves ain't gonna work. So if it don't work, then you're gonna come
Those
back and say,
moves usually don't work, Nick. Come on.
when it does work, what you gonna say?
When it does work, what is the propensity of it working? Is it 50%?
About that 40.
I don't know. So if I have a 1 in 2 chance, but if I kick an extra point, I have a 99% chance. I'm playing for point. I'm chasing points in the second quarter. Now you're chasing the rest of the game. You've impacted the way the game is played the rest of the way.
But you can make.
You still think that Dan Campbell doesn't regret his decisions from 2 years ago?
Yeah, 100%. That was bad decisions.
But why is that bad? But this is not.
Because every game is different. Every game has its own moment. You can't go back from one game to another and say, hey, this every situation don't relate to the other situation. I think.
Did you believe the Bills were going to win that game if they didn't get that 2-point conversion in the second quarter?
Did I believe they were going to win the game if they didn't get that?
Once they didn't get that, I'm like, they're going to lose.
No, you can't say that
I said it. They're going to lose, and they're going to lose by a field goal or less than 3 points.
You can say that all
less than 3 points.
You can say that all you want, but you can say that all you want. But Josh Allen had the ball.
His tight end dropped it
to win the game.
His tight end dropped it.
Your tight end dropped it.
The ball hit him in the chance.
Yes.
Dropped the ball.
Yes.
I mean, but to that point, see, this is where I get a problem with this stuff. We wait to the last drive, he drops the ball. And now we say, oh, well, the tight end dropped it. And I'm saying the tight end dropped it. But there were a lot of possessions where he didn't score. There were a lot of possessions that he didn't get the job done. It wasn't that one play that lost them the game.
They scored 30 points. And my defense going to get a stop.
They scored 29 points.
30 points.
And 29, technically, because if they had scored 30, a field goal would have won the game. They should have had 31, thanks to the coach, but the coach decides he wants to go for 2 every time. But he threw for 235, bro, but 237. Like, that's not some master class in quarterbacking.
I mean, when the games get down to this part of the year to throw for 240, I mean, that's not bad. It's not amazing, but the defense is tightened up. 240, 250, that's a good game in the playoffs. That's what you strive for.
I know it's a good game. Okay, let's look back. Let's look back at their season then. They're playing in Kansas City. Why?
Because was it the Rams game?
Because they lost at Houston, they lost at Baltimore, and they lost that game to the Rams. And they lost to the Patriots at the end, which they didn't care about because they didn't. That was the first. Was that the first game of the year? No, that was the last game. Last game because they didn't care. They didn't care. So, and because of that Rams game, they didn't play anybody, and then the Chiefs get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And pretty much
they had to lose one game all year to get home field.
No, well, the Chiefs had lost twice.
They lost at the end of the year because they sat everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
But Chiefs. The Chiefs. Do you think the Chiefs roster was better than the Bills roster?
I think they were about the same.
They're about the same. So the Bills lost some games that the Chiefs didn't lose. The Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not saying you don't pay Josh Allen, but these contracts are fucking diabolical at this point. 6 years, $330 million.
That's what the market is saying. Like, I don't give a damn about the market, man.
You love the market.
Yeah, one of the stocks. But when it comes to paying these players, I don't like that. That's nonsense, man. Because I don't even get it how they come up with these numbers. Like, how an agent walk into a room with a straight face and say, hey, Tua deserves $55 million. I know he don't play every game. I know he don't play much of the season. But I need you to give him 25% of the salary cap.
Patrick Mahomes is on a 10-year, $450 million contract. Patrick Mahomes is making $45 million.
So how?
How is that the market when the guy considered the best quarterback in the league is making like the 10th most money in the league? Please tell me.
Because he got 10 years.
So this is what Mahomes is making this year. He's actually making base salary of $16,650, a bonus of $32,350. So he's making like 48. He has a cap hit of 66 million because all the bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go down his contract, the next year he makes 45, 50 million. The year after he's going to be at 40, 50 million again or something like that. And then in 28, his number drops drastically. 29, he's like poor. He only makes like 35. But then in 2030, when he's 35, he makes 30. I'm sorry, 45. Then like these structures are weird. They got him making 60 million in 2032 and 2033. Of course they will. Of course they will. His cap hit is 66 million these next 3 years, but he's not making $55 million. Someone's got to explain this shit to me, man. I don't know.
Please,
Someone has to explain this to me because
please.
I don't understand NFL contracts and how the guy who's the best quarterback in the league, by everyone's opinion, is paid less than the probably than Tua.
And then you got a quarterback like Dak Prescott, don't win a playoff game, who can go out
But
there and get 60 million a year, and
I,
he hold that whole franchise hostage, and that's why the Cowboys were bad because, you know, you have to wait for his contract, this other person's contract, then the owner goes out there and say we didn't have the money for Derrick Henry, yeah, because y'all are keep fooling around, and and Dak Prescott taking more than he should. CD Lamb got to take more than he should, and then they tell us that they care about winning. They care about winning.
I
How?
don't care about
They
winning.
don't care about
You
winning.
you don't played in the you played professional ball. Who the fuck cares about winning?
A few,
Realistically,
a few. There's some people that's gonna put it all on the line, and that's what they want because they understand the more they win, the longer they're gonna get paid for the most
so
part.
they donate their salaries to charity to win.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
They're
Tax money.
donating their money to teammates to win. I'm just asking. You've
There's
been
some
there.
players. Tom Brady did it.
Yeah, he did. How
Patrick
many are
Mahomes is
like?
doing it
Is he?
to an extent compared to the rest of the
I
players.
mean,
Yeah,
he's at 10 years on a 450 deal. His deals have been restructured now multiple times, but who the fuck have they added?
I mean, their
I'm
defense.
asking I mean, defensively, because Travis Kelsey, I thought would possibly retire, and once he
And they,
retires,
they just signed the
I
O
think
lineman.
Who?
They just signed the O lineman.
I think when Travis Kelsey retires, Patrick Mahomes is gonna not be the same.
I
What'd you
mean,
call that guy? The security blanket?
the security blanket, but his security blanket is getting a little bit getting some holes in it. Uh,
Well, they don't have a replacement blanket.
well, that's the GM job to find a replacement blanket. Like a person like John Smith. Now that's a. I told you he's gonna have a good year.
Yeah, and the Dolphins still stunk. They forgot that Tyreek Hill was in the team.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you gotta have a blanket over the middle, nice, secure, somebody you can throw the ball to, protect you, get chip block, but still go out there and get open, cause mismatch with linebackers and safeties. The easiest throw is the person that's closer to you, who's closer to the quarterback than the tight end, in route running.
Do you think they should cap salaries in the NFL? Like max deals like the NBA?
Yes,
Ooh, wow. It's because you hate
yeah,
quarterbacks.
I hate quarterbacks. I despise quarterbacks, maybe because of my DB nature, and I don't think a lot of them is as good as they say that they value are to the team. We've seen marginal quarterbacks win, Rudy. We've seen Trent Dilfer. We've seen these people win, having a good team around them.
We saw
But
Eli Manning win twice.
we saw Eli Manning win twice, and they're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer. No, he's not. He's not even close to a first ballot
You
Hall of
know
Famer.
who else we saw win?
Who?
A
Who?
guy who was never a top 5 guy in the league.
Which one?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Here we go. Here we go. This is how the podcast started, guys. This is how the podcast started.
Ben Roethlisberger, never a top 5 guy. I mean, look at the guy. He had Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. I mean, hell, Rich Gannon went to a Super Bowl. He was good for 2 years in the NFL, and then was bad. Then for 2 years he was great, and then he became nothing again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Heck, who else? Who
Nick
who
Foles.
won last? Huh?
Nick
Nick
Foles won.
Foles.
Brad
Nick
Johnson
Foles.
won.
Yeah. I mean, heck. I mean, I'm gonna be real. You think
Uh,
Jalen Hurts is that good?
Jalen Hurts could play.
Do you think he's
I think
that good?
his
You
winning
think he's that good?
personality.
When they
I,
take away that tush push, that most bullshit play in football, I want to see what happens because they're gonna take it away.
they're gonna take it
Soon as,
away, but I mean, is it really that? Is it gonna hurt them that bad to get a half a yard?
yeah, because they couldn't do it other than with that. They
They can
would
have
do
it.
that on. They would do that on 3rd and 2,
Yeah.
and get a yard or 2 or 3 on 3rd and 2. But if they didn't get a yard or 2 yards, they got a yard, and they do it again on 4th and 1. I think that. See, I'm conflicted on that play because all they're doing is their linemen are getting lower than the D line. And I don't know why that constantly is. Like, why are these fat offensive linemen getting lower than the defensive linemen that are supposed to be more athletic than the offensive linemen?
So
You would think
so
that these D line can get lower than the offensive line, but they seemingly can't.
so
And
you want to just cause a pile. You just
yeah, it's a rugby scrum.
yes. And then the second level guys got to come in and
But why are the defensive linemen not getting lower than the offensive linemen? If you always look at it, they're always getting pushed up. Why aren't they getting below? And then the linebackers can fly over and bang them, but they're always like banging into them like at a very high angle.
yeah,
where,
you just supposed
where
to be just diving in. I made a play like that in the game to go to Grey Cup. Literally, I I did something on defense I wasn't supposed to. I gave a big play because I was being nosy. My guy was just streaked up the middle of the field. I thought it was like a tight end position. So I was like, he ain't going nowhere. So I was going out there to help my corner. He striked it down the middle of the field. Big play. They got down to the goal line. So I'm like, damn. And the CFL's quarterback sneak is like a big play, like because you're already a yard off. So I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing to lose. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 1. I
mm-hmm.
just torpedoed in there. I just low torpedoed, wrecked the whole play. Wrecked the whole play. I got lower than the person who was coming to block me. Snuck in
Mm-hmm.
there. Quarterback stumbled over me.
Yeah.
We end up
I mean,
getting the
how many times has that play really been stopped by people in the NFL? It really, I think it's been stopped a few times, but usually they
so
get it. They get it the second. They get it on the like they'll do it 3rd down, then they'll get it on 4th down.
so I had no problem with Washington did. I would have dove over the pile. I would have
Zero
tried
problem. Why was there a problem with that? He's
because
timing the shit. You
because
know,
because y'all letting the offensive players come in there and push somebody from the back. When on the defensive side, you can't push, you can't. So you get penalties on defense for
I can't
holding up,
step on my defensive tackle's back to jump over,
you know.
but you can shove this guy forward as like what they did in the NFL with that rule is just crazy to me. Where they literally you got linemen dragging running backs along with them, which is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and I'm okay with old linemen running down the field 10 yards down the line and pushing their running back forward. I'm okay with that. But behind the line of scrimmage, it's not a football play.
I'm not okay with either of them. I don't think they're right. I don't
So
like either of those plays.
so once the running back get down the field 10, 15 yards,
You can't have a 300. What if you got like a 900 pounds of lineman hitting this dude from? See, we want to talk about safety bullshit in the NFL.
is only when
I,
it pertains to the offense, not defense. They don't give a damn about us.
because if you got 3 offensive linemen hitting that pile at the same time, someone was going to get rolled on
They
potentially.
Rudy, they took out everything for the defense. Like usually when you had a guard or a tackle pulling as a
Yeah,
defensive player, you could just dive into their knees and take them out.
yeah.
Now,
I remember that's how football used to be played.
now you can't go low. Like
Like,
that's
tell me
okay.
why. Tell me why a DB is at 190 pounds
You want
is
me to
allowed to
take
get
those?
run the fuck over by a 330-pound pulling guard, and I can't dive with his legs.
Man, when they told me that rule, I say, damn, y'all really want me to get killed out here. Y'all don't care about me. Cause that was my move. I'm just going, oh snap. This 320-pound lineman is coming around at a 4'8", 4'9". For me,
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I don't see how the hell that's not a safety issue when everything else is a safety issue. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of of pushing piles with offensive linemen pushing forward. It's like once forward progress is stopped by the defense, that's it. It's right there. You don't see them say, okay, now you pushed him back 10 yards, you're going 10 yards back. No, it stops where he got stopped. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But now in the NFL, he's stopped, but here comes lineman coming forward. Boof! 5, 6, 7, 8 more yards. I mean, literally watch them grab a running back and throw him into the end zone.
In the
That's not
national
football.
championship.
Huh?
National championship.
Yeah, that happened in the national championship. Didn't that was Ohio State that did that, right?
Yeah. Notre Dame, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like that. That's not football to me. I don't like that at any level. And I remember when the tush push was illegal, or if you recall, there was
Yeah.
a play in a USC Notre Dame game where Reggie Bush shoves Matt Leinart from behind, and that was illegal at the
Illegal
time.
back then. Yeah.
It was illegal, and they allowed it, and it won them the game because the game would have been over if they called that a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a replay of down, like probably first and or whatever it was. They had like one play left or something like that. From like it would have gone back to the 6. Back then, was it a personal foul to do that? I don't
10
remember.
yards back then.
Huh?
I think it was 10 yards back then.
But it wasn't allowed, and then all of a sudden now they allow this shit. NFL's funky to me with their fake caring about,
No, I told
health.
you, Rudy. They only care about They only care about the offense. Been like that for a long time. They want scoring.
But they don't even let blindside blocks on special teams.
Yeah. I never. I'm happy for that one.
Why? That's the greatest thing ever. Blindside blocks on special teams. Oh my god! On interception returns, that's a defensive guy's dream.
Oh yeah.
I got your ass. Linemen go. I remember I had a 150-pound DB in high school, lit up a 320-pound lineman. The lineman had to get carried off the field. He went back then. It was you play to the whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Your head is always on a swivel. You better not stand around lacking because you're gonna get knocked on your fucking ass. Now it's, oh, you hit him too hard. Oh my god, these fucking pussies.
Can't do it.
Can't do nothing, man. Can't do nothing, man. And my son wants to play football, and I sit here, I'm like, you have no idea what real football is, but maybe when someone hits you across the middle and you'll say that you really want to be a football player or not.
You want him to get whacked.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He needs to get whacked. He needs to get knocked on his ass. He needs to feel it. Because this is a lifelong decision. Are you going to be hit into becoming a basketball player? Or are you going to be a football player? I mean, you know that football practice turns most players into basketball players?
Listen here. And it was the opposite for me. Somebody leaving me wide open turned me back into a football player. Like, damn, I can't shoot. Let me go play football.
Oh my goodness. All right, now that's gonna do it for this one. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, leave a comment. We appreciate y'all. This is Pro Football Corner. Come on now.